Okay, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this afternoon is my round 12 NRL tips for 2025. So this is the first Origin affected round for 2025 as well. So I mean, clubs have the bye, some of them do, some don't, and I guess those clubs that are playing this week will be tested officially with their depth and who's available, and hoping that those players that have not played in a while step up and do their job this weekend. But yeah, bring it on. Should be a good round of footy, I hope, despite, having less games or whatever and less talent playing. But, Manly playing on Friday night, and I'll be back watching Manly play again, so I'm proud of that. And, hopefully it's a good round overall. But as always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Got my goal for, 5,350 subscribers cracked officially, so appreciate all the new support and all the new subscribers as of recent. I guess I'm en route now to 5,400 subscribers. So, I guess that's the next stop to my sub goal, 5,400 subscribers. But, without further ado, here we go. First game up, Dogs and Finns at a call. So Bulldogs versus Dolphins, the first Thursday night game of the round. I believe it's the first time the Dolphins are playing at a call stadium as well, which is kind of bold, I thought, because I thought Dolphins played a call before this year, but obviously not. So, there you go. First time at a call stadium. How good. And the Bulldogs obviously have won every game at home so far, but they are out with a couple of big names, so we'll see how they go. But looking at both sides, though, for the Bulldogs, first of all, Stephen Crichton is out due to Origin. Max King making his Origin debut as well for the Blues. And Kurt Mann's 18th man for Queensland, so he's all out. They're all out, actually, for Origin's sake. Kiraz calf is out for a while. The Daniel Saluka for Fafita concussion is also out. Josh Curran returns for the Bulldogs at prop, so that's a good in by the Dogs there. And Lee Poi Hopoi starts as the other prop. Blake Wilson comes in on the wing. Bailey Hayward starts at lock. Blake Taff goes to the centres. And Jake Turpin and Sam Hughes are also back for the Bulldogs, and they play their first games of the year. Okay, looking at the Dolphins team. Jake Averillo will play fullback in the absence of Hamaso Tabuai Fido. Max Fairguy comes on the centres. His first game as a Dolphin as well. Tom Gilbert is out for 12 weeks with a pec injury, which is absolutely terrible for Tom Gilbert. His luck's been shot recently, so he's out for a longer period now. Connelly Lamwelu has been promoted to the starting side in the back row. Oren Keeley joins the bench, and Kulikefi Finafiliaki has been selected for the Queensland's reserve squad, but he will be playing on Thursday apparently, since he'll be released from the team, I think. But we'll see what happens. And O'Sullivan, 18th man. Well, okay, my tip for this game. Obviously, when there's an Origin-affected round, there's always an upset that happens, and I feel like this could be the game where the upset happens. I know Dogs still have Connor Tracy, Matt Burton, Toby Sexton, Reid Martin, their full spine's still available. But missing Critter, missing Max King, who's been one of their best forwards all year. No Preston for another week. Look, if Dogs win, I wouldn't be shocked, because the Dogs are playing for each other. They're playing really well at the moment, but eventually all these losses will get to them. I feel like this could be the week where it does happen, as the Dolphins are less affected by Origin. So, look, if Dogs win, I won't be shocked, but I'll tip Dolphins for an upset. So I'll go Dolphins to win 1-2-12. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Herbie Farnworth for the first try. And anytime try scorers, going with Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs, and for the Dolphins, let's go with Jack Bostock for a try. But, I think Finns 1-12. Okay, on to Friday night footy, and the only game on Friday. It is Eels versus Manly at Combank Stadium. So, I'll be at this game. Looking forward to being back at another game, watching the boys play live again. Should be good. And as always, a vlog will be coming out as well. Last time these two sides played was at Brookvale Oval, round 4. Manly jagged the win over Parramatta, winning 26-12. Hopefully another win by Manly this Friday. Parramatta were impressive last week against Newcastle, must I say. They were very good. And as for Manly, beat Cowboys in Townsville 24-6 in a good defensive win. Okay, looking at both sides. So for Parramatta, Mitchell Moses and Zach Lomax are both out for the Eels side due to Origin camp, so that's some big blows there for Parramatta, which means they change halfbacks with Dean Hawkins starting at halfback this week. Sean Russell goes to the wing, and Jordan Samrani goes to the centres from the bench, lost back row. Kelvin Talangi starts in the back row this week and back from suspension, and Luca Moretti goes to the bench. And Matt Dory gets a spot on the bench as well. But there is talk, though, that young Joash Papali'i might get his debut this week. So the rumours are he'll come in for Matt Dory, apparently. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's true or not. As for Manly, with DCE out due to Queensland origin, or for the Maroons, I should say, Jake Arthur starts at halfback. Jazz Tavago goes to lock, his best position. And Lachlan Croker's also back as well, so he starts on the bench as jersey 14, while Jake Simpkin keeps his starting spot at hooker. With Jake out with concussion, Jake Trebojevic, I mean. So Jake's out. And Matt Lodge also returns for the first time this year on the bench, so good to see Lodgy back. Ethan Bullimore starts again at prop. Ola Kawatu will play on Friday too after being released from the Blues camp, which is huge for us. And that's about it for Manly, actually. My tip for this game, pretty obvious. Going to back the boys as always, backing Manly to win at CommBank. Look, I think Parramatta without Moses and Lomax can be really gutsy against us and can really have a fight with us, during the game and sort of make the game a bit tighter than what it normally or what is thought to be. But look, with Turbo being captain this week, he'll be motivated to have a big game. And after what Laurie Daly said about him not being, I guess, confident enough to play Origin football, I agree, but I think that will motivate Turbo to have a big game, and I'm sure he'll have a big one. So I'll back Manly to win 13+. I'll go first try scorer, Jason Saab, anytime try scorers for both sides. For Parramatta, I'll go with let's go with the former Seagull, Kelma Talangi in the back row, and for Manly, anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with a bold one. Jake Simpkin out dummy half. But, Manly 13+. Now on to Super Saturday, the first game of two. It is the Panthers versus Knights at Bathurst, Carrington Park. So, bit of footy in Bathurst, not too bad. Panthers take a game there every single year, I think, to Bathurst. So, it's a good initiative there by Penrith. But, Panthers Knights. Obviously, Penrith had the bye last week, but had a draw the week before against the Cowboys, which was a hectic game of footy. And as for Newcastle, I don't know what's wrong with Newcastle. They really are struggling at the moment. I know O'Brien's on thin ice, I feel like, and that Knights team in general has been really underplaying badly. So, it's disappointing to see how bad Newcastle are going, but we'll see if they can respond this week. But don't know, hard to tell with Newcastle. Looking at both sides, though, for the Panthers, Brad Schneider has been promoted to the starting halfback role with Nathan Cleary out for Origin. Dane Laurie is the new fullback replacing Dylan Edwards, who's also out. Tom Jenkins replaces Brian Toto, and Casey McLean comes in on the centres, and Luke Garner moves to the back row to replace Liam Martin. Isaiah Yeo also out, so Lindsay Smith goes to lock. Matt Eisenhuth starts at prop. And the new face on the bench are three new faces: Luke Sorensen, Preston Rickey, and Jack Cole. And as for the Newcastle Knights, with Ponga out with Origin, Fletcher Sharp goes to fullback this week. Tyson Gamble moves to 5'8", and Jack Cogger is the new halfback. Kyle McCarthy comes into the centres for his second NRL game. Dylan Lucas goes back to the back row. Tom Cant goes to the bench. Leo Thompson is back from a head knock and goes to prop with Jacob Saifidi calf, and Harrington has been dropped to 18th man this week. Okay. It's one of those games where I think Newcastle can win because of who Penrith have out, but the way Newcastle have been playing, it's so bad. I don't know if they can win even with who Penrith have out. So I'm going to pack Penrith, actually. I think Penrith might win. And Penrith have been improving recently. Slow starts of the year, but they are playing a bit better. But, I'll go Penrith in a very close game. I think this one will be quite an ugly game, to be honest. So I'm thinking Penrith win 22-20 or something, to be honest. First try scorer, Tom Jenkins, I'll go with. Anytime try scorers, let's go with Liam Henry in the back row this week. And for the Newcastle Knights, I'll go with James Schiller for a try, but I think Penrith by 2. And the last game of Saturday at Gosford, it's Roosters versus Sharks at Industry Group Stadium. So, good to see a bit of footy in Gosford. Some good locals up there that enjoy their footy. So, I'm sure that's one for them to enjoy. But yeah, Roosters in good form recently, but winning a fair few games and are coming close to the top 8 after having the bye. Sorry, that was a week before, but they played Bulldogs last week and lost in a very close game, but they are playing a lot better than early in the year. As for the Sharks, well, they're on a roll at the moment, aren't they? The Sharks are playing some great footy. I guess beating the Storm last week is a big confidence boost to they can beat bigger sides, and I'm sure Fitzy and the boys will be pretty happy with that. So yeah, the Sharks are finding some good form recently. But yeah, what a game this will be. Looking at both sides, for the Roosters, they are very origin affected with 5 players out. So that means Dom Young's back, Hesi Makatoa is also in, so is Leslie Feketi. And on debut, someone called Benaya Ulu. I hope I said that correctly, probably not, but he's a young hooker, I believe, playing jersey 14 for the Roosters. And Taylor Lasalu will also come in for the Roosters too. So Dom Young will go to the wing. Mark Nawanganitawaze will go to the centres, replacing Maroon's debutant Robert Toya. Nat Butcher is also back from 3 games out after an injury. And Ethan King is 18th man. And Toby and Thomas Rodwell are part of the extended squad. So pretty exciting for Roosters fans right there, having 2 brothers in the extended squad. Maybe part of the future, who knows. As for the Sharks, Jesse Raymond has been named despite sustaining an eye injury against the Storm last week. But Sam Stonestreet is facing 6 to 8 weeks out with a high-grade syndesmosis injury, so that's not good. Mwene Harodi comes back into the side for his first NRL game since round 8. Teak Wilton is pushing for a return from a shoulder injury and is part of the extended squad. And Tom Hazelton remains sidelined with a sternum problem, so there we go. Look, my tip for this game, Roosters are very depleted this week. They could still win, but I think with the way Sharks are playing, Sharks still have Trindle, Hines, Fanua, Blake Brayley, who's obviously quite unlucky not to play Origin, I feel like. McKinnon is still there, Will Kennedy. Yeah, look, Sharks should win. I think Sharks win well, to be honest. I'll go Sharks to win 13 plus. First try scorer, give me Kale Ero. And for the Roosters, anytime try scorer for them, I'll back in the returning Dom Young. And for the Sharks, let's go with Brendan Cora for a try. But yeah, I think the Sharks win well. And finally, on Sunday, the last game of round 12, it is at Auckland Go Media Stadium. Pretty rare that the Warriors and, I guess, Go Media Stadium in general have a free-to-air game. But hey, how good for the New Zealand fans. Warriors-Raiders, what a game this will be. Right now the Warriors are in great form, so are Canberra. Both these sides are two of the biggest, most informed clubs going around right now. Apart from that choke the Raiders had, they've been in excellent form. And as for the Warriors, not winning pretty, but they're winning games at least, and they seem to be really grinding out good games as well. So, yeah, it's pretty important for them to keep that up, I guess. But see how both these sides go. Both are Origin affected, not too much affected, but they are affected. So let's have a look at the teams. So for the Warriors, first of all, 2 changes for the Warriors. Bunty Afoa is back from a knee injury and starts at prop. Jackson Ford is back from a concussion to fill in the holes of Fisher Harris, who's out with suspension, and Mitch Barnett out with Origin. Ali Lads-Halver is among the reserves as he looks to return from an ankle injury. And for the Raiders, Hudson Young's out this week with Origin too. So that means Simi Sasagi starts in the back row, and 20-year-old on debut Noah Martin makes his debut off the bench. And yeah, see how he goes. My tip for this game though, no Fisher Harris, no Mitch Barnett, no Hudson Young for the Raiders. That's tough. Like, that is tough, with some key men out. Look, I'll tip Raiders, I think. I know Warriors in New Zealand hit different, but your 2 starting props, and Fisher Harris and Mitch Barnett, your 2 leaders, far out, that's tough. But Warriors are playing great footy. They're a great defensive side, and they're really grinding through games. So they win. Won't be shocked at all. But the Raiders, for me, they're not too affected, I guess. Got Tarpany still there. Corey Horsburgh, who will want to prove a point after missing Queensland Origin camp. So I think that Canberra Raiders team is looking very good on paper. So I'll take Canberra to win. Let's go Canberra 1-12. First try scorer going with RTS. And anytime try scorers, let's go with Murata Niokora, who got a double last week. And for the Raiders, going with Sebastian Chris. That there was my round 12 NRL tips and predictions for this weekend. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to, again, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And help my goal of 5,400 subscribers happen very soon. And unless your team's out due to state of origin and has to bye, good luck to all your teams this weekend. But go Manly especially.